Hey everybody, it's Kelly from My Soulful Home. Merry, merry, and happy, happy. I am thrilled to have you here to look around my house decorated for Christmas. I used the traditional green and red colors this year, and it's really bringing a sense of comfort, some joy, and some familiarity to my family. And I think that's a bit of what we all need right now in this very unprecedented year. My bin of shiny, bright ornaments, all red, really started me off on the red and green path this year, and it did not stop. I added in the tartan blankets that I had picked up at an estate sale years ago, throwing one over the table and a few others behind chairs and one over the love seat in the dining room. You'll see the love seat over on the other side of the dining room, and I just thought that was going to be a filler piece of furniture. It turns out to be one of the most popular seats in the house. And here's a piece of furniture that I get a lot of questions about. It's a roll-top secretary with a china cabinet on top that was left behind by the previous owner. I painted it Benjamin Moore, simply white, in semi-gloss, no sanding, no prime, and 5 years later, it's still looking great. And it actually does get a lot of use because I use that desk, and I do actually use the china that's inside of the cabinet. The centerpiece is just all greens from Trader Joe's, some seeded eucalyptus, and some of my pine cone collection. I am obsessed with large pine cones, and I added some branches as well. And I love juxtaposing the natural greens and the grain sacks and the tartan plaids with fanciful items like the crystal chandelier. Let's head into the kitchen. Edith and Eve claimed the best seat in the house. But we're going to take a look at the kitchen from the back staircase so you can get a bird's eye view. We'll start over on this side where the vintage stove is. Everybody likes to talk to me about that stove. I've got a lot of details on it in a different video, which I will link below if you care to get more info on it. I've carried the palette of red and green throughout the kitchen, but it's not overwhelming. I basically replaced some items that I would normally have there, like maybe a silver pitcher with a green one, and the florals that I normally have, I tucked in some red, and I changed out the painting that I always have over my sink. This is a view that you get when you look in the mirror at the base of the stairs back towards the kitchen. The setup on the center island is just not for show. We actually do set up a sort of an afternoon tea or a cocktail, particularly the week between Christmas and New Year, and especially if my mother-in-law is visiting, which sadly she won't be this year, but she'll be with us in spirit. This spot over here, that little rickety table, is one of my favorite hot spots where I like to set up different vignettes. Here's another view at the center of the table, and those curry and Ive plates I just adore. Again, estate sale finds. Here's what I did over by the stove. I put an empty frame with some green swags, and here's my darling little Santa mug from when I was little. He is absolutely precious to me. And I'm liking the way the empty frame is sort of showcasing that simple swag of greens. It's as you buy them from Trader Joe's, and I just sort of tied up something on the top to hold them together. There's the painting that I told you about. I love this painting. I think it's of Central Park. My new Balmuda toaster. See below for the details. It's fabulous. Here's everybody's favorite seat in the house and the hutch that I squoze into the kitchen. I love filling it with my white ironstone. That is my mainstay throughout the year, but for Christmas and other holidays, I had to jazz it up a little bit. I've just added a few red shiny brights, some greens, a little baker's twine. Let's head into the living room to see the tree. As I mentioned, it's a Nordman pine, great choice for a fresh tree, and it is decorated with all our family ornaments. Can you see the macaroni? And then we have the living room, which is long and narrow and a real challenge to decorate, particularly when you've got a gigantic fresh tree in one end. But I think I'm pulling it off. You guys let me know. With the exception of 3 pieces, every other piece of furniture in this room has either been thrifted or left behind by the previous owner. Let me know in a comment below if you know which pieces are new. This is a wonderful book that I'm reading, The Sound of a Wild Snail Eating. Slim little volume that could change your life. Wonderful stocking stuffer as well. My mantle is so slim, and it already has the mirror above it, that I don't do too much there, but I'm able to squeeze in these candles and 3 little what would be votive holders, and I put the little tiny poinsettias inside of them. Emmett, Edith, and Eve, making sure everything is all right with the world and that we are safe by guarding the house. Those plaid pillow covers I got on Amazon, so inexpensive, pack of 2. I'll put the link below. And here is the pile of books that I am going to read and enjoy throughout the Christmas season. So as I told you about the wild snail eating, also I'll list the other books that I am planning on reading and I have heard such great things about. I'll put the links to those below. Over here we have that other lamp that I told you about. It's a more modern piece. And there's my snoozing girl. About a year ago, I added this very large mirror to the opposite side of the room to reflect what's going on in the front windows. It also does a great job of reflecting the Christmas lights, so it seems like we even have more lights on our tree. The tree is really a traditional family Christmas tree. You can see the handmade ornaments or ornaments from my grandmother. Because I don't use garlands or ribbons, I love using the picks. You can see the big flowers that are glittery and some of the berries. Those are all picks that just stick right into the Christmas tree. So easy to add some oomph. Oh, and those are the sconces everybody loves. I'll put the link to those below as well. Thank you so much for coming by. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and all the very best for 2021.